Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Libra in mid-January 2021. What's going on, Libra? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, Libra, welcome to mid-January. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world, you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure at this time. Please take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. What an interesting start to the year here in the States. Hopefully, again, you guys are doing well. My greatest wish for everybody, not just Libras, of course, but for everybody is to make good choices, be kind, err on the side of niceness, treat people how you want to be treated. Without going into the whole thing of what's going on here and in other places in the world where it just seems like things are just so crazy. Make good choices. That's the bottom line. Okay? Make good choices. Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's like a golden rule of life. That's one of the affirming and unified foundations of all major religions. So do it. Okay? But anyway, I don't want to get into it. I definitely could, but I'm not going to. So let's just go ahead and get into your readings because that's what this is for. So Libra, regular spiel time. Anything you want from me, guys, it's already in the description box. If you need the timestamp, it's down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I give you a link for that. Guess where? Down in the description box, okay? If you have any questions before you place an order with me for a personal reading, just email me at the same address that you see down there, and I will answer you as soon as I can, okay? All right, guys, let's get you a story. Let's get you some messages. Let's see what's going on for the Libras in the collective for mid-January, please. Good. Two little bridges, and that'll be it. Let's find out what's going on. Mid-January, Libra, please show me. Ten of Cups. Interesting. It's come out a few times so far for the other signs. I think you're like number 8, number 9, something like that. 8 or 9, I think you are. For the mid. Okay. All right. Here we go, man. It keeps coming out. All right. So 10 of Cups. And the next one was the Emperor. And then together we have the 7 of Cups and the Lovers. Okay. Sure. Let's see what's happening here. 10 of Cups. Emperor, major arcana for Aries. Could be dealing with an Aries. You don't have to be. For some reason, they want me to point out that's your opposite sign. I think many of you already know that. But in case you didn't know, Aries is your opposite sign. And then you have the 7 of Cups and Gemini. Could be dealing with any sign I mentioned. Gemini, Aries, or any other sign. But you don't have to be. It is a general reading, okay? So, I mean, truly... Truly, this is an evaluation, sure. And I think it's kind of a rough one. It feels very tumultuous or just difficult, this evaluation. It doesn't have to be about a specific relationship, particularly one of a romantic variety, but for many of you it will be. Again, Libra, friend, family, lover, otherwise, there's some significant relationship that's in your life or around your life. What the hell does that mean? Oh, okay. You might be sort of not on the best terms with a person. And in that time, that lull, that no communication for some of you, or just like less communication, or things just are off with your friend or the person that you love or the people that you live with or the people that you work with. Whatever the connection, wherever it is, however it shows up in your life, the difficulty is that somewhere here, I feel there's disgenuine energy. There's a lack of true knowing, is what they're saying. Knowing or understanding. Thank you, understanding. Because part of you or part of the energy or part of them, whoever it is, there's someone here who knows or thinks they know, and another side that doesn't know for sure. So let's get a little bit into it. And I think it's interesting. I think we're kind of reading boom, 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 or something like that. I'm not sure. But I feel compelled to start over here with the Seven of Cups and the Lovers card. So Lovers is considered one of the cards that indicates soulmates in the tarot. If you've been with me for a while, you already know what I'm about to say. But if you're new around these parts, Jay's caveat with soulmates is, say it with me, class. 1, soulmates do not have to be romantic relationships. And 2, they do not always have to be the most positive, cookie cutter, happy, merry, happiness and sunshine and rainbows 24/7. First of all, it's impossible. Second of all, if it is your experience, count yourself lucky, because I think that's more the exception than the rule. I think this new paradigm that we've been shifting into for the past 4 or 5 years, and it's kind of, accelerating and kind of coming to a bit of a climax in some ways, that we can see in our present moment, is this ushering in of a more Aquarian, because we are in the age of Aquarius, but more than that, let me slow down because I'm about to get ahead of myself. If you have a soulmate relationship, no matter what type it is, no matter who it is in your life, be prepared that this relationship, this connection, is not always going to be a walk in the park. Walk in the park. Holding hands, strolling down a park perhaps, or at least someplace with at least a tree, and then a park also over here with the Ten of Cups. So I feel, Libra, at some point you have met someone, however long you've known them, and you've had this relationship, however long that has been, and it's been cool. But now we're at a point where we question it, or at least one party questions it. If it's not, and I feel for some of you, it's actually both of you. In some cases, it's not. It's just one person. But some here, both are mutually questioning. Well, what is this? How is this? Is this correct? Is this the epitome of what a soulmate relationship is? Now, I don't know your story. I don't know the details of what's going on with you guys. But I feel like there's possibly here, like I said before, a disingenuous person who legit, if you look at what we're seeing here, and I'm just going to use the example of a romantic relationship. Again, you do not have to all be dealing with a romantic partner. Many of you will be, but some of you are not. So if we presume that the Lovers card indicates a lover's relationship, again, just an example, how is it then that there's someone window shopping while still being in the relationship? Like, do you see the visual? Holding hands, number one, from different worlds. She's coming from a nature world where the trees are made of plant life, and he's coming from a world where the trees, or the source of, it's more mechanical. So we have this meeting of opposites, or this meeting of different people with different provocations and all that kind of stuff. And somewhere along the line, one or both parties have been window shopping or are questioning the nature of the relationship, the status of the relationship, the quality of the relationship, whatever. And also, Seven of Cups, traditionally by itself, talks about having options. Talks about, not only questioning what's going on here, questioning, is there something else that I could have in my life, explore in my life, pursue, that's going to be better for me. The Seven of Cups then leads to the Eight of Cups, and Eight of Cups is definitely about exploring and trying to find what emotionally satisfies us, because it eventually leads to the Nine and the Ten of Cups, right? So I'm sensing here, again, no matter the type of relationship that you have, it's under review, okay? By one or both parties. That's it. Now, I feel there's contention coming from this character. This person, Emperor, whoever they are, male or female, Aries or not, could be a member of the pair or is external and watching the pair. Has some care or insight into what's going on over there. So for some reason, this Emperor cares about what's going to happen next regarding these two people. If the Emperor exists within the pairing, within the soulmate relationship, that makes sense to me. That I think allows what I'm about to talk about to be a little bit more understandable. If this is an external person, that to me trips me out, because it's not your concern, Bobby. It's not your concern, Priscilla. Who are you? So why am I saying this? So I feel, It's almost like, and I'm using this word, and I don't think it's a heavy word. I feel in some senses this emperor sits in this throne or in this very ornate chair, right? As if he has been, and I say he only because there's a man on the card. I could be talking about a female. It doesn't matter. They sit in that chair as if they've been ordained and given a position of power and influence, or they've earned their power and influence, or, through blood, sweat, and tears or whatever. And they feel like they're privileged. What a word. They're privileged. They have a right to say something about what's going on over here. Now, again, if they're in it, if they're one of the two people who are in connection, that makes sense to me. But if they're external, that's crazy to me. But that's just the way I'm feeling this energy. And maybe I'm, channeling for somebody. Maybe I'm channeling for you, Libra. Maybe you know who the emperor is and you're like, butt out. It's not your business. But again, the emperor often in tarot can make things their business because they have that demonstrative, sometimes controlling or overbearing sensibility, right? Or sense of self-importance, okay? So how does that translate? If this is a friendship, let's say, okay? It doesn't, again, this soulmate relationship does not have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be a closeness between two family members. This would be an interjecting friend who's just like, I don't see what you see in that person, or I don't see why you want to spend so much time with this person. There's criticism coming from the emperor. And also with the criticism, there's expectation. Do it my way. You should be doing it this way. Interesting. Very interesting. This person might say to you, oh yeah, that's your soulmate. But ironically, it's kind of ironic that it's coming from me, is trying to tell you how to live your soulmate life. Now, I realize that could, quote unquote, implicate me, but I don't have a dog in your fight. I'm not a Libra. I'm not dealing with Libras or anything like that. But I feel like it's sort of like this, again, overstepping, overbearing type of thing. But to be clear, I think that this person, you know them personally. I don't have any, let me check my mental rotary here. I don't have any Libras in my life of significance that are close to me. No offense. I love you guys. It's not personal. It's just at this time, I don't have any Libras that are close to me, right? So I feel you know this person intimately. So this is a friend, possibly who's jealous or envious, or just simply wants to have power and control and throw their weight around. And they are telling you, okay, sure, he or she is your soulmate, but this is how you should treat them, or this is how you should approach the situation, or is sort of like maybe even not, maybe this is a jealous figure because they don't have somebody of their own. That happens often, doesn't it? If you have a relationship, again, because some of these relationships that you have, even though they're under evaluation with the Seven of Cups, it could be a good evaluation, Evaluation doesn't always mean we're looking strictly for negative things and we're going to change everything under the sun. No, sometimes it's like, oh, things are going good. That's the checkup. That's the evaluation. Things are going great, right? And if that's the case, if you have a positive relationship, you could have someone who's very jealous that you have a positive relationship with someone. Ooh, there we go. X. They just told me X. Some of you, this is an ex-partner or an ex-friend or someone you used to know and you fell out with. And again, I said that like around the situation, I think is what I said. So for some of you, you have a significant relationship with this person, maybe also a soulmate. There's more than one in this life, let me tell you that. And they could have something to say about who you're with now, or who you want to move towards. If this is the evaluation, should I move towards someone and away from this person? And they have something to say about it. Their answer is, no, you shouldn't. Because the Emperor is very self-interested. Opposite sign, I'm told to say that again, opposite sign of you. So a little very like base 101 of astrology as far as I understand it. Aries is the first house, and that is the house of self. You are 7th house, Libra. That's the house of others, the other. The opposite of myself is someone else, right? So your house is more interested in diplomacy and working together with people, friendships, making connections. Aries house is more, what am I doing for me? How does this help me? How does this benefit me? What do I get out of it? So it's this person here, whoever they may be in your life, they're very much interested in how they're going to benefit from your own path, from your own connections, whether it be with them or with someone else. And I told you before, it could be someone, this could be the person within the relationship or within the soulmate connection. Perfect. That makes sense to me. But if this is someone outside of it, friend, family, enemy, ex, best friend, I don't care who it is. Who the hell are they to weigh in on what's going on with you? Now, I think it is made a little bit more complicated because some of you share family ties with this person. Again, an ex. So this could be an ex-husband, an ex-wife. This could be a baby mama, baby daddy. It does not matter. Okay? This could be a family member in terms of your big brother, your big sister, your younger brother, your younger sister. It does not matter. But there's something historic or generational with this person, I feel. You've known them a long time or you have deep bonds with them. So it's like possibly, and I just said it, and so it bears repeating, you might have two soulmates here. And at some point here, Libra, you are making an evaluation, or someone is. You know what I mean? Now, see, exactly, I go to move on and we got to go right back. So if this is someone that you have historical, generational family history with, whether it's the family you were born into, the family you married into, the family that you co-created with them, that you procreated and created with them, whatever, the significance there is the rooting. You've set down roots. You have firm foundation with this person, and it's emotionally based, or at least at some point has had high levels of emotional satisfaction, fulfillment, and dream setting is the phrase they're giving me, dream setting. So again, if this is an ex, they're jilted, they're jaded, they're jealous, they're angry or perturbed, at least bitter, or if they're not vengeful, they're melancholy, they're sad, they're depressed, whatever, because you have moved on with someone else, or you're about to. For some of you, this is like a strange transition period where literally, and I think, who did I mention? I can't remember. I mentioned this phrasing before. Like before the spot is cold in the bed, someone might be getting replaced, so to speak. And that can really mess with a person's emotional state, their mental state. And this is not an excuse, but that really messes with people's, how they feel about themselves, how they feel about what they have already had with you. If we had 10 years together, just arbitrary number, well, I guess not arbitrary since it's the 10 of Cups, but if you had 10 years with a person and then you break up with them, or, there's a dissolvement of the marriage or a dissolvement of the relationship at the end of 2020, right? And now we get to January 2021, like arbitrarily, let's say y'all broke up on December 1st. By January 1st, there's somebody else in the bed with you. That is upsetting to most people. Even if y'all ended amicably, even if you both agreed, hey, this isn't going to work out, there's still this, I don't like that happened that way. And wanting to have influence there. And again, if this is a baby mama, baby daddy, ex-husband, ex-wife, whatever, if this is somebody that you still share family ties with, some type of connection with, it's not all neatly packaged out of your life and pushed off to the side by the end of the year. So there's residual feeling here, Libra, regarding possibly your transition between one soulmate relationship and the next. And again, tread lightly with the use of the word soulmate. I challenge everybody I work with publicly and privately to get into a deeper, more specific understanding of soulmate that works for you. If you believe something that I don't believe, that's fine. But yeah, so I feel like there's something here. It's a little muddy. And that could also come from the Seven of Cups, because Seven of Cups can also talk about being overwhelmed with choice and not, not being, if it's a choice, like, which it is, but if it's a choice between 3 versus 7 or 5 versus 58, I mean, it's like the more choices you have, the more, not opportunities, but the more options you have, the more overwhelmed you can feel. Think of it like when we're scrolling through Netflix or something like that. There's thousands of things that you can watch on Netflix at any given moment. Literally thousands. And how many of us have spent 45 minutes, an hour scrolling through the choices of what to watch next and not putting on a damn thing, or putting on something that you've already seen? You get what I mean? So it's like being inundated and overwhelmed with choices. That could also be what's going on here. Someone doesn't really know how to proceed forward. Okay? All right. So what else is going on for Libra? And then we are going to hopefully wrap up soon after that, because this was a long one. What else is happening here for Libra in this situation? Please show me. King of Wands, fire sign energy. Sure. Whatever that is, we'll talk about it in a second. What else is happening for Libra? Okay, 2 more? No, just 1 more. And the Knight of Cups. What's this in the middle? Ooh, my back. I feel the need to flip it just like that. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, I don't think that was meant to be upright or reverse. So King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, could be dealing with, you don't have to be. On this side, Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, could be dealing, don't have to be. And in the center, if I could pick it up, 7 of Pentacles on the side. So there's a bridge that's not being crossed. There's a bridge possibly not yet constructed for some of you between 2 people. Okay? Regardless of their sign, regardless of who they are in your life or what their gender is or anything like that. I feel, Libra, that, I mean, this could be the 2 people that you're choosing between, because fire sign energy could align with the Emperor. And, that's interesting. Okay, so here we go. Let's say, in some of your cases, Libra, you have someone in your life, whether they're an ex or someone you've dated or an old friend or something like that. There could be a proposition coming from this person, King of Wands energy, that says, listen, I know that things are not necessarily going the way that you want or I want or whatever. Maybe it's not ideal at this time, but here's an open invitation with this chair that he's not sitting in, right? So it's kind of like a maybe. In some of your cases, this person is telling you, I'll always be there for you. And that's endearing, sure. And that's kind of sentimental, fine. But does it work in practicality? You know? And possibly in some cases, if we align these energies, if the King of Wands is the Emperor, that's a tactic to keep tabs on you, or to keep their significant place in your life. And thematically, through several of these readings thus far for mid-January, there has been some shakeups, right? For the collective overall. So if you are evaluating, or someone is evaluating what to do, how to move forward and everything like that, and someone says, well, I'll always leave a seat at the table for you. I'm always going to have a place for you in my heart, or I'm always going to be able to step in if you need me. Isn't that slightly, or there's a chance, let me say it that way, there's a chance that that is a manipulative tactic where you don't have much that I'm seeing here of toxicity, to be honest, Libra. I mean, this is the most card out here, this Emperor card, in my opinion, in what I'm feeling energetically. So I'm not sure that the foreboding is as heavy as I might be portraying it to be. However, it just really feels like in some of your cases, this is old hat. This is old trick. Historically, generationally, this is how your mom or your brother or whoever always gets you to come sort of crawling back to them, or keeps you on a leash, so to speak, within, again, the purview of the Emperor is very self-centered. I want to be able to make decisions, to call out things and whatever. There's something about control. There's something about needing to feel important. And that's difficult if we're talking about people that we have bloodlines with, or that we've created a family with, right? As much as I talk about, and I do talk about it quite regularly if you don't know me, of putting up boundaries with people and telling them, no, I'm not going to stand for that. Forget the obligation. That's my opinion. And I think that makes us much higher beings than to live with obligation. And here I feel it again, that some people, you or someone else that you're dealing with, has this obligatory thing. And it is cemented and it is made more real because someone pushes that narrative, pushes that rhetoric. Well, we're blood relatives. Therefore, I'll always be a part of your life. Let me tell you, friend, and let me tell anybody else who dares listen, that is a ruse. Because it doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense. That's the ideal. We always, this whole blood is thicker than water thing and having deference to that makes sense because, not makes sense, but I understand it. We believe that family, the ones that we're born into and the ones that we create for ourselves, are always going to be in our corner, acting in our best interest. But what is the reality? You can look at your own life or the life of someone that's very close to you right now, and you can point to how many examples of when family does not do the right thing for family. So the idea that we are blood related is the impetus or the motivation or the reasoning that we should always be bound to each other. Bullshit. Okay? You don't have to agree. But that to me screams a tactic. And who is a tactician? The emperor. Masterful tactician. So for some of you, this is emotional manipulation. Emotional blackmail, perhaps, is a phrase they just, boom, they're like, blackmail. Because there is a chance with the Seven of Pentacles in the center here that vital information or resources, more specifically since it's Pentacles, is on the line. So information and or resources might be sort of withheld if you don't do what someone else tells you to do. If you don't behave the way someone wants you to behave, then this will be restricted from you, or you know what I mean? And listen, it's another tactic. I don't know who is living within this energy, but I feel it has been lived in for a while. 10 of Cups. And it's been treated as normal. And I gotta tell you, it's not. It's not. It's not healthy. It's not normal. It's simply not right. I'm not trying to, take sides or anything like that because I don't know the details. But the idea that I have to lord something over you to get you to behave a certain way. Why? And then I'm saying, well, it's because we're related, or it's because I love you, or it's because we're always going to be bound together. It's because we're always going to be connected, and possibly throwing the S word around because we're soulmates. What? If we're soulmates, then I can come and go as I please. Let me tell you that. So no soulmate relationship is ironclad and has us bound together forever if either one of us chooses to leave. Not going to go into it, but I hope you get what I'm saying. So I feel someone here is like, you can go, I wish you well, or, again, watching over you, like, go ahead, walk off with this other person or walk off by yourself, because it doesn't have to be you're walking off with another person, but in some cases it's like this, go ahead, replace me, I don't mind, but they do mind. Or walk off and be by yourself, but they would prefer you to stay where you are. Okay? Now, there's something about this is not connecting. Because I said this is a bridge that's not built or something like that. And on the other side, we've got this Knight of Cups. That was very quick with the Seven of Pentacles. Maybe we'll go back to it. But on the other side, Knight of Cups energy. I mean, that could be a friendship. But in some sense, I feel it's like a personal reconciliation. Interesting. Personal reconciliation is what I'm getting. So, for some... For some of you, this is going from one person to another, one friendship to a new friendship, one relationship to a new relationship, one family codependent relationship to a romantic relationship, whatever. There is this move from some occupancy over here and connection with one person to a new connection with another person. That feels very true. But again, it doesn't have to be salacious. It doesn't have to be, oh, we just broke up yesterday and you're already getting with some. It doesn't have to be like that, scenario. But the new connection it offers way less. I gotta say, okay, maybe I shouldn't say it that harshly. It's in terms of hierarchy, in terms of court card hierarchy, going from a king to a knight, that's a downgrade. Does that mean it's the wrong thing to do or the not favorable thing to do? I don't know. Because this King of Wands is coming off, like I said before, a little manipulative, kind of spiteful, a little bit too attached. And again, pushing this narrative of obligation and you got to do it this way and blah, 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 blah. Over here, there's a lot more freedom, even though it's with a person who doesn't have as much of a firm ground, like the King of Wands. So in terms of status, this person over here might have more money. This person has less money over here. Just as a comparison. Over here, this person they might be older. This person over here might be a little bit younger. Okay? So that quote unquote downgrade could be spun as a negative by somebody in this story. Or it could be something that you're reflecting upon, Libra. Is my making the right decision by doing it this way? Or if it's not, again, going towards anybody else, this is a reconciliation with self. So this is like kind of seeing the world with brand new eyes and being labeled as less mature than you used to be. So if this is walking away from or evaluating long histories that you have with family, friends, and people that you've dated or married or whatever, and basically saying, all right, I'm going to give up, just an example, but let's say this was, a family situation, four-bedroom house, married for 10 plus years or even 2 years, it doesn't matter. And nowhere, but after some evaluation, after considering the options and having some resources kind of be in limbo in the middle, it's somebody who just goes and gets a single apartment. And they're 48 years old. And to the neighbors, to other members of the family, to your friends, your colleagues, everybody, it just seems like the wildest thing. You willingly left your happy home, presumably 10 of Cups, happy home to go live in a 1-bedroom apartment downtown? Why? More freedom. Knight of Cups. Possibly emotional fulfillment. On a personal level, again, there's this idea of reconciliation with the self. They keep giving me this phrasing of, and maybe it's peace. Maybe it's finding peace with yourself. Because, again, the Emperor, tactician, very, very self-interested and everything like that. And it's a little spiteful, is this energy, it feels like. Over here, there's no spite. Over here, there's a lot more calmness. And either someone in your life represents that calmness or you're going to give it to yourself or whoever is on this journey, okay? Let's get a card of advice. Your reading has gone on super duper long for the mids that I'm trying my best to trim down a little bit. So let's get some advice for Libra here, and then we're going to wrap up, okay? What's the advice for Libra in this situation, please? What is the advice for Libra regarding the situation? The Star. What? Yes. Okay. So, I don't know why I got so... I get excited because initially what I'm getting is, yes, this is revelation on a spiritual level. This is revelation on a cosmic level. This is you, or whoever needs it, putting themselves first, but not in ego. This is not me putting myself first, thinking I'm the best and everything I want is exactly what I deserve and blah, 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 blah. And it's not putting the self first at the detriment of others. This is prioritizing the self, knowing that it eventually serves others or serves the community, because this is Aquarian energy. This is major arcana for Aquarius. Aquarius is the philanthropic citizen of the world, citizen of the globe, citizen of the universe. Okay, Aquarian has very high ideals about how to get along as a community. And if To get along as a community, I have to go stand alone. I have to go sacrifice possibly some resources with the Seven of Pentacles in the center, which someone has tried to lord over me. Someone has tried to guilt me and convince me that this and this and this and this is worth more than my individual wellness. That's not popping. That's not correct. That's not healthy. Okay? Sometimes, on occasion, sure. We got to get along to get along. We got to be part of that get along gang in order to make things work, right? But to consistently, what I feel, again, 10 of Cups and the Emperor, to consistently subscribe to putting your personal needs for wellness, peace, clarity, love, affection, whatever is going on over here with the Knight of Cups, whether that's represented by someone else or represented by the individual, to constantly shove that aside and put the connection with other people because it's family, because it's soulmate, because it's whatever. No. Higher perspective from the Aquarian view is that I can't do well for others if I'm unwell myself. Therefore, I have to go make myself well. Aquarius energy is all, well, not all about that, but Aquarius as an archetype in astrology is very good at that. Self-care. Self-care within the context of the group. Aquarius is the person at a party who will not, I'm not saying they as individuals, but this is the person who's willing to stand out in a crowd, who's willing to go against the grain of conventionalism, or convention, I should say, and do what's best for the individual. Because just because everybody else is getting super drunk doesn't mean I need to get super drunk. Just because everybody else is dancing to this song, I hate the Macarena, I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm dating myself by saying the Macarena. Okay? But you get me? So this is that person, or this is the advice, is stand your own ground because it's for your own good. It's for your wellness in the long run, okay? Libra, that's your reading for mid-January. If you like this reading, please hit the like button. If it resonated with you, feel free to leave a comment. I love reading your guys' comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Libra, I'll be back soon with your February readings. I might be doing something new on the channel. Be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell for that, okay? Yeah, and if you guys want to get at me for a personal reading, you can find that information down in the description box below, okay? Libra, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.